Morning, guys. Me and Nick are shed hunting. We got all this ground back behind us, and hopefully we're gonna load up with some mule deer sheds and maybe some elk sheds too. Looking good in here, guys. We got some old beds, lots of tracks. Definitely lots of deer coming down to the river here. It's only a matter of time before we pick up the first antler. You know, it's always exciting to anticipate what the first antler of the year is gonna look like. Came up the ridge to these rock bluffs here. There's actually a couple mule deer up there looking down at me. But I was just walking on this game trail here and came around this ridge, and I wasn't sure where Nick was at, but he started talking and he's just down there. But I looked over, we got an antler right there. Not sure how big it is, looks like a decent shed. And then I looked over, we got another antler sitting right there. Here it is, here's the first one of 2025. Nice color on the back. Just a 3-point hard white. Heck yeah. Here's a better look at that 3-point I just picked up. Literally 20 yards up the hill. But that's the first one of 2025. Got some good color on the back. And then right here is the second one of the year. Just a little deucer. But that's pretty good. We're still within eyesight of the pickup. So hopefully there's a bunch more muley sheds on this hillside. No way, the other side might be right there. No. We were sitting down the glass and Nick just hopped up to go get a better look at something and came over the ridge and bingo. Little baby 4-point. On the board.
Alright, nice little 4-point, little Chalkerton. Pretty pink, pretty correct, but at least I can get skunked, you know? Go home with something, so. Better than nothing.
First antler of 2025.
Yeah.
We just did a little bit of glassing, didn't turn up anything. We're just gonna stay on this ridge we're on and work a little bit farther up into the canyon. Snow's rolled in. Temperatures have dropped quite a few degrees, but at least it's not raining. So that's just a quick update. We're just under 2 miles into the hike, so we still got a lot of time left. And Nick did find the other side to his 4-point. It was just like 100 yards away, so he did find that. But yeah, we're gonna keep on moving up this ridge and see what else we can find. Well, the fog has rolled in and made glassing a bit difficult, but I was actually working down this ridge to try to get back down to the elevation where I picked up the first two. We walked up that ridge right there, and so I was heading down this one and wasn't paying attention apparently, because I literally stopped right here, looked down, and there's third antler of the day. Just looks like a hard white 2-point. Sweet. We're sitting down, eating some food. It's snowing more than it was earlier, but at least it's not raining yet. We're gonna sit here and do some glassing and see if we can glass up some more deer sheds. While we were eating, I think I glassed a brown deer shed down there. So we'll have to find our way over to that flat, the other side of the creek bottom. It's completely covered in blackberries, so it's gonna be hard to get over there, but we're gonna keep on working our way down and see if we can find a few more. We're a few hundred yards closer now, and I was able to confirm that in that flat up there, it is a brown deer shed. Not sure if it's a muley or a whitetail, but we'll eventually make our way down there and pick it up. But yeah, it's confirmed. It is a brown deer shed. Nick was on the other side of the ridge. I was working and he found another 4-point muley shed. So we're both at 3 for the day, and closer we get to that brown shed laying down there in the flat, the bigger it looks, the more excited I get to go put my hands on it. Got a couple fresh rubs. What the heck? What is that doing in the tree? That's strange. That's really strange. I was just chatting with Nick. Since we're close enough working these ridges, we're almost down to the bottom and we're gonna cross over and go pick up that brown shed, but looked down below me and we got another one here. Another 2-point. It's the day of the deucers. We're walking up on the brown antler here, and by the first looks of it, it's a 2-point mule deer shed, and I already have 3 2-points on my back, but that is a nice 2-point.
Oh, bro.
Dude, that is sweet.
Who's your biggest 2-point?
Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah.
Dude, that thing is insane, man.
Here's the brown, guys. Finally made it down to it. It's a sweet 2-point. It's my biggest 2-point mule deer shed, actually. But yeah, it's sweet. Bloody base. Doesn't get much better than that. And it's January 12th, so this is actually the earliest I've ever found a brown shed. So 2025's off to a good start. We covered the majority of that side of the creek on the way up this morning, so we're over on the other side, just right above the flat where I picked up that brown 2-point, and we're covering all this stuff trying to find the other side. So hopefully it's somewhere in here. Nick and me just peeled over this ridge, and there's an antler right there, there's an antler down there, and Nick has 2 glossed up too. So I'll just keep this rolling. Here is an absolute ancient 4-point. Mine's super old. Dude, that one's good size, Nick. Yeah, dude, that's big. That's big. That's big. That is big. And look at this 2-point I glassed up. Here's another 2-point. Nick, hold that up. Dude.
That's a nice, good hard white. Oh yeah, baby. That's what we're looking for right there.
That's a good shed. Where's the other one that you glassed up?
No, it was that one. I didn't know you glassed that one up.
Oh,
too.
okay.
That deucer in the bush.
We got 3.
So there's gonna be some more around here.
There's definitely gonna be more in here. That's a nice 4-point with a nice eye guard. Heck yeah, dude.
It's a good hard white.
Sweet. There's gonna be more in this little pocket. Well, we just spotted these guys. We're actually gonna turn around and not push them out of this canyon. There's a 3-point in the lead, and then the last 2 in the line are 4 points. That middle one's super nice, but they don't seem too scared. But we're gonna turn around and get out of here. Sorry for the shaky footage, guys. I don't have my all-in, but there is a buck that has either another antler growing out of his forehead, or he's got split antler off of the base of his left side. I wish I could get clearer footage, but is it that one, Nick, that just went over the rock?
No, he's looking back right now.
Oh, okay.
The last one of the group.
Okay, he's that one.
He's like has one leg lifted up or scratching or something.
Dang it. Yeah, it's that buck right there.
Dude, that's just growing out of his forehead.
Well, that one's gonna be hard to get to. Nick just found that one, but we're literally standing on the edge of like a 40-foot cliff. So,
Alright, well, I'm going on an adventure.
all right, I'll sit here and cheer you on.
Going in, boys. Going in for the kill. Look at this Billy goating on the cliffside.
Oh, dude, you're making me feel funny. You guys, we are stacking them up. Nick is attempting to drop down into that bottom. I just glassed an antler on the other side, but just found another one. Heck yeah, we're loading them up. Look at Nick over there. He's
I had to put down my sticks and climb this rock face down, dude.
As I'm coming around to pick up an antler I glassed from over there. Look what I just found. It just matched up the 2-point. Oh yeah. Here it is, guys. This is the antler that led me over to finding the other side to my 2-point brown. Another deucer. It's got a serious burr for a 2-point. But let's go back over and check on Nick. There it is. Show the people.
I don't really want to show up. All that rock climbing for a fork. But would have been a nice buck if it wasn't busted.
Yeah, busted his T2 and his main beam.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy though.
Yeah. Just got back to the pack, guys, and reunited the 2-point. Found this side just up over there, but feels good to be able to match it up. That's by far my best 2-point set. My only brown 2-point set too, so that's a sweet buck. And plus we saw all those other bucks, so we'll have to make another trip in here and see if we can pick up some more sheds. Between Nick and I, we have 10 or 15 antlers for the day, so there's a lot more antlers to be picked up in here, so we'll definitely have to make another trip in here.